Hi guys. Okay, so I have two different bag parties that I just put together because I have two hosts this month that are local to me that said that they wanted to do this. So I have two different options, okay? These are both considered bag parties. Other terminology that people use are on-the-go parties, basket parties. You can literally call them whatever you want, but essentially it's for someone who's local, okay? So both of these have essentially the same items. And first I am going to go through the items that are basically the main things that you need in order to have a successful basket or bag party are going to be catalogs, okay? Catalogs. You can put as many as you want in here. I personally have 3 in each bag, okay? Sometimes I only put 2. It just really depends on if I think this party is going to be successful or not, but I at least always have 2 catalogs in each bag party, okay? And then I have testers, which is what you see here. Now, this is the entire set of transition testers. You do not have to include all of the testers that we have, okay? We have over 80 cents. You don't need to include 80 cents in one basket party. It's going to overwhelm people, okay? And honestly, you don't even really need to include an entire set of transition testers. I am, because I don't have any more bag parties booked, and I also have a ton of other testers, so I can afford to put this many testers in one. But let's say that you have 2 or 3, 4 basket parties booked, okay? And you only have one set of testers. I would split one set of testers up into 3 different categories, okay? You don't have to have every cent in order for people to find something that they love. Now, if you only have one set of testers, what I would do is I would go through and categorize them. So I would categorize them into floral, clean, woodsy, spicy, what are my other categories? Manly, which can kind of go with woodsy, and bakery, okay? And then I would take like 1 or 2 from each category and put that as a set, okay? That way you are hitting all different types of fragrance families because people like different scents, right? So testers, catalogs, okay? Make sure your catalogs are labeled with your information, okay? You can label them on the back as well. Mine just is a sticker on the front. And then order forms, okay? These are the 3 most important things you need in order to have a successful bag party, okay? Order forms. I included in the description of this video a link directly to the order form on your workstation. You should have gotten order forms in your kit, but those are going to eventually run out. So if you don't have any, you can literally go to that link, download it as a PDF, and print it directly from your computer, okay? That's what this is right here, okay? Order forms. Now, the stuff that I'm about to show you guys next is extras, okay? Extras. You do not have to have all of this extra stuff, okay? So I have more catalogs. I have a scent of the month flyer with the scratch and sniff sticker so they can see what is a special this month. I then, I shared this, and this is the Mother's Day template and the brick template that I shared a while back. If you just search the group for that, it'll pop up. But I have this up there because this is a new collection that released April 1st. I have scents, samples that go along with it. I included one of those. Same thing with the bricks. Samples on the back. Even though bricks have not released yet, those are coming Monday. And then I have other samples that I already had on hand, okay? So these are laundry samples and counter clean samples that I already had and made. And then I always include a staple that also goes along with the testers, catalogs, and order forms. I always at least include one product, okay? Whether that is a scent circle, a card bar, a bar of wax. Since wax is normally the #1 product that I sell when it comes to bag parties, I like to include a bar of wax in there. Even if I'm missing a couple cubes, I like to include that bar of wax so they can see the size of our wax bars and how many cubes come in a clamshell, okay? So that way they can actually see what they're getting. So I have the scent of the month. I do have it labeled. Everything that I include in a bag party is labeled with my information. That way, in case someone takes it home, because there could be a chance that that happens, they have your information if they end up falling in love with it, okay? I did a bag party 2 weeks ago, and one thing that I included was an extra wall fan that I already had just laying around my office. I didn't purchase it for this. I just had an extra one that I just have an extra one. So I was like, why not include this in my bag party with a pack of pods labeled with my information and see where it goes. I had almost every single person from that party purchased a wall fan and pods, okay? So when I gave this to my host, I said, hey, this is a wall fan. She buys Scentsy from me already. It was her first time doing a party with me. She had never even tried our fan products. With her rewards, she ended up getting 4 wall fans and tons of packs of pods. But I told her, I said, plug this into your office, put these pods inside, plug it and turn it on. Plug it in, turn it on. And I literally, almost everybody from her party ordered a wall fan and pods, okay? It doesn't have to be anything special. If you only have a pack of pods that you've already used one of the pods, totally fine. Still give it to them, okay, and let them use it. Now, make sure you tell them, hey, I do expect to get these products back, unless you plan on giving them to your host, okay? Whatever you want to do, just make sure you tell them up front, hey, I do expect to get these products back that are in this basket, okay, or bag. Now, for the wax, totally up to you. I do let people take, if they already have a warmer in their office, I will say, hey, warm this scent in your office. If not, I always say, hey, feel free to take a cube. Tell your party guests to take a cube home if they want, to see if they like it, okay? I have another bar of wax in here too. And then last but not least, what I wanted to go over is this. So this, I believe Chastity Robinson created this, okay? And then I just edited it with my information. So this is called a party booklet, okay? I also included the template link for this exact party booklet in the description of this video. You can download it, edit it to yourself, print it off, and then I actually have a label or a laminator, and I laminated it, so this will last me literally forever. Party after party after party. You do not have to laminate it. That is just something extra. But if you plan on doing a lot of bag parties, it is kind of nice to invest in a laminator, okay? So this is basically the holy grail of a party basket, okay? Your host can reference this at any time. There is what to do with it, okay? What to do with the party. On the back of this, it has my QR code directly to my website. So if someone wants to order from this party, they can select their host name and order it directly from the website versus filling out the order form. Then we have all about the rewards here. On the back, it talks about getting paid off your party. And then this is all of the ways that these party guests can pay me, okay? It has all my payment app information, so they can literally scan it and pay me. Now, one thing I will say, I always tell my hosts before they pay me to send me everyone's orders so I can make sure that payment, everything is bundled correctly, and I can make sure that the price is matched up to what they calculated, okay? That way I'm not going back and forth. An example of an order form is on the back. And then I also printed off the bundle and save because that is missed a lot by a lot of people. So it's right here. It's also in the back of the catalog, but it's right here, handy dandy. And then another important page is the fragrance page. This is super important to tell your host. That way, because a lot of people think all of the testers come in all of the products, and that's not the case. We know that, right? But a lot of people don't, so I like to tell my host, hey, make sure you check out the page, the fragrance page on the back. It'll tell you what products comes in what fragrance, okay? And That's it. So, and then I literally just hole punched it and put a little key ring on it. I got like a bunch of key rings literally like 4 years ago, and I still have a ton left. So that is what my basket parties look like. This is basically the same exact thing. I just have different products in it. Okay, I said I like to include a full-size product of something that I already have on hand. So for this one, it was a wall fan plus pods plus a wax bar. In this one, it's a wax bar, and then I have a counter clean that's basically almost used. I think there's like this much in the bottom of it, and I have a counter clean in here. So it's literally the same exact stuff, except for I have counter clean in this one. So, and this is a bag. So who I would determine on whether I'm going to give them a bag or if I'm going to give them a basket, okay? My girl who is getting the basket works in like a healthcare facility, and so this is the perfect choice for her, I think, because she can carry it in. It catches people's eyes when she walks past them by their desk. She can put it in their break room, or she can put it on her desk, wherever, okay? Now, I would not give this to someone who's on the go a lot, okay, who doesn't work in an office setting. So I have a bag, which the bag is perfectly fine for an office setting too, but I had this basket that I wanted to utilize, so that's it. If you have another really good idea, if you have a warmer laying around that you're not using right now, you can use that as your product, and basically you can call these borrow my bags too, okay? It's literally where they take it, they share it with everybody there they know, their coworkers, their friends, their neighbors, their family. They collect orders, they get free and half off products, okay? So if you have a warmer laying around that you're not utilizing right now because you might have a warmer obsession like me and have a ton of warmers, utilize that. Put that warmer to work for you, okay? Put it in a basket, add 1 or 2 bars of wax in there, and tell your customer, include a bulb if you have an older bulb in your warmer, and tell your customer, hey, I will let you borrow this, take it to work for the next week or 2, however long you want to do it. You are in control of this, okay? And then collect orders. Literally give them a catalog and some testers, and voila, you probably just got a couple orders and new customers, okay? That is the beauty of parties. Parties in general, listen, parties are not the only way to grow your business, but they are the fastest and easiest way to grow your business. I truly believe that. My entire business was built on bag parties, and that was because I was a full-time nurse. I was always on the go. Me and my husband, when I wasn't working, we were traveling, and so I would literally book 8 to 10 parties a month, and I would drop this off with my host. I would give them a end date and say, hey, I'm going to pick this bag up on this day. Once you get an order, message it to me so I can go ahead and calculate everything so we can get the money straight. And then that's it. When I would go and pick it up on the date that I told them we would meet again to get the products back or the bag party back, then I would go home, enter in all the orders on my end, message the host and say, hey, these are your party rewards. Let me know what you want by this date. We'll close out the party. And then once all the party orders come in, I package them up, make them cute, and then I meet the host again to give that person her party guest orders, because she's in charge or he's in charge of distributing them to the people that ordered, right, if they were local. And then I would also give her the products that she got with her rewards. So parties are a great way to expand your business. A fantastic way to expand your business. So let me put all this back in here because I'm dropping one of these off today with one of my customers who always does a party with me. Every catalog change. If you don't have samples, don't worry about samples. I literally only have, like, this doesn't have any samples. This party bag has no samples because they're all in this one. I don't do a lot of bag parties now, but I've been trying to get back into them so I can regrow my customer base because I've recruited a ton of my customers, so I need to meet new people. So if you're not into the whole bag party scene, that's totally fine. You can do home parties. You can do online parties. Recently, so I have reflected a lot on parties in general, and if you haven't already made up in your mind that you hate parties, you're not going to do well at them because you're not going to push yourself to do well at them because you've already made up in your mind that you don't like them, right? So you have to change your thinking because that's how I was with Facebook parties. I kept telling myself I hate Facebook parties. They're not successful for me. Some of them would like barely reach 200. Some of them were literally like a waste of my time is what I would say. And recently I told myself, okay, Rachel, the reason why you hate Facebook parties is because you're already setting yourself up for failure in the beginning by saying, I hate Facebook parties. So we're going to switch that around. But if you think about it, Facebook parties are actually a great way to grow your customer base. Because, and I know I talked about bag parties. I love a good bag party, but let's compare bag parties and Facebook parties, okay? Facebook parties, you have to invite, your host has to invite people to the group, okay? You now know who said yes and accepted that invite into the Facebook party, which is great because now you have all of these connections that you as the consultant, whether they order or not, you have the opportunity to now build a relationship and to communicate with those people that accepted the party invite, okay? A bag party, yes, they can be great to growing your business, and yes, I do believe in them. But you don't know who's looking at these products. You don't know if 5 people went into the break room that your host just left this in there and they're looking through your stuff and they planned on ordering, but then they forgot to order, or maybe something happened in their life and they couldn't order at that specific time of the party. You don't know who you are missing that connection with a bag party, okay? But a Facebook party, if you are doing your job as a consultant and reaching out to everybody who is in the group, whether they order or not, you might find out that Susie Q can't order at this time because she's waiting on her tax return, or she's waiting to see whether she's going to owe taxes or get taxes back, but she wants to order, but she has to wait until it's convenient for her, right? Based off of her own finances. So then Susie Q, you can put her on your list in your calendar and follow up with her in the next month or 2, right? So we kind of have to look at the pros and cons to all different types of parties. Let's talk about home parties. Home parties are great. They're going to push you out of your comfort zone, right? Because you have to talk to people in person. They are going to allow you to get to know people. So you're building that connection one-on-one, okay? One-on-one connection, face-to-face is going to be a great way to build your business, okay? Because they get to know you on a deeper level than just Cincy, right? But then the cons of a home party is going to be that you're taking time away from your family. A con for me is that a lot of my customers aren't local, so I would have to drive like 2 hours for a home party, okay? So all different types of parties, they all have cons and pros and cons, okay? So weigh them out, figure out which one's going to work best for your business. You don't have to focus just on one. You can try out multiple different, and they might not work in the beginning, but listen, anything that you start isn't going to be incredible and feel like it's worth it in the beginning. You have to nurture it. Just like you can't just expect to throw grass seed down or to plant a garden and then not nurture that garden and water that garden and fertilize that garden in order to reap the benefits of the fruit or the flowers or the vegetables that you grew, right? Or that you're growing. Same thing with your business, same thing with a bag party, any type of party, okay? You have to nurture it. You have to train yourself. You have to fail and have a flop party in order to have an incredible party, okay? And part of that also has a lot to do with hostess coaching, okay? Your host has to be engaged. She has to want the rewards. She has to want to help you grow your business, okay, in order for it to be good. Because essentially a bag party, that host is acting as the consultant. She's literally taking the products away from you. You have no idea what that host is doing. You have no idea if she's just taking it and setting it on a table in the break room, or if she sent out an email, sent out a text and say, hey, I'm having a Scentsy party. I'm super excited. These are my favorite products. This is the last day to order. I would love for you to come and smell the testers, right? There's going to be a difference in the success of a party with a host that is super engaged, excited, communicating, versus someone who just takes your bag and sets it on a break room table and expects that people are just going to go in and smell the things in the bag, right? Right, there's a difference. A Facebook party and a home party, you are the consultant. Even though you have a host, you are still in connection with the people, the party guest of that specific party, okay? So, weigh out the pros and cons. Try out different types of parties. Don't just give up on them because you tried it one time and it was a flop. Okay, you have to nurture it. You have to train yourself. You have to figure out, okay, if this didn't work, how can I make this better so it works with my next party, right? So, happy, is it Tuesday? Is today Tuesday? Yes, it is Tuesday. Okay, happy Tuesday, guys. I hope this helps. And I love you guys. We have a ton of stuff that is going on this month in April. I cannot believe it's April. So if you haven't checked out your news tab, go ahead and check it out. And let me just remind you guys, this business has so much to offer. But at the end of the day, if you're not willing to work, if you're not willing to engage, if you're not willing to communicate with people, it's not going to work. Okay? So have a great day.